What's going on, everyone? Welcome to this new YouTube video. My name is David Fritz, and in this video we're going to talk about how to write chord progressions for your tech house tracks. Sometimes if you have really nice vocals in your tech house track and a really nice bass line, those chord progressions basically create all those emotions from the track. And honestly speaking, some chord progressions just sound so well with each other that you kind of have to learn a little bit of music theory to create some sort of emotion, some sort of movement, because one chord itself doesn't sound great. The biggest difference chord progressions make in the tech house tracks are basically the progression of it. What comes next? What are you expecting? What's gonna come next? What are you not expecting? Maybe there's a chord progression which is gonna come after the other chord progression, which is gonna create different feelings. We're gonna look exactly today about how to listen also to your own emotions when you listen to your chord progressions. I'm gonna teach you exactly how I write chord progressions, what techniques I'm using to put them into my tech house tracks. So yeah, it's gonna be really exciting. Before I start the tutorial, make sure you go on my Spotify. The links are in the descriptions. Go on my Spotify, listen to the new tracks I released. I released the track Suave recently and Start Over as well. There's gonna be 4 new tracks coming in 6 days. It's called Call Girl, a new single coming out with a record label I'm gonna release it with. I'm really excited about that one. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, like this video, and also comment below what is the area where you want to develop most in music production. And with that being said, let's get straight into the tutorial. So guys, we're here in FL Studio, but the techniques I'm going to teach you today, you can use them basically in any DAW, in Ableton or Logic or whatever you want. So what I found basically are those vocals here.
Moving on, baby, are you moving on, moving on, moving on, baby, are you moving on, moving on, moving on.
And then I added a bass line and I added a kick, and there's here a very simple percussion pattern and a clap. And together it sounds like this. Together it sounds like this.
Moving on.
So the chord progressions we're going to write are based on the bass line, the notes here. So you can see G, A, B, C. So basically this whole track is going to be in C minor. I just made it really easy for you guys to know. C minor. And what is really important in FL Studios as well is that you go on this one here and you go on View and you definitely enable the note grid highlights. Okay, so the difference what you see now is when I put notes in, it's gonna basically show you the scale it is in. So if you put this, enable this note grid highlights, it's gonna show you basically which notes you have to put in. This would be not in C minor, this would be a note. So every time those notes are basically the C minor notes. So definitely remember that. And then I had one chord progression I wrote, which is a very simple one. So basically this is the C minor chord, C, E, G. And what I did basically, it causes a little bit of tension what I did here. So I just added one note under the root note. So C, B in the second bar, then A in the third bar, and G in the fourth bar. This basically, this whole thing I did here sounds like that.
Moving on, baby, are you moving on, moving on, moving on, baby, are you moving on, moving on, moving on, baby, are you moving on, moving on, moving on, baby, are you moving on, moving on.
So just realize those chord progressions, what kind of emotions it causes on you. I think it causes in myself, it causes a bit of, I don't know, just like melancholic and just really like a nice sound. It's also it's a very simple chord progression I wrote. Sometimes what people do as well, they add under the root note, 1 octave under the root note, they add another note. So just to add it. So what we're gonna do, we just select this whole, basically the lowest note of the chord progressions. Oh, just this one here. We're gonna copy it and paste it and put it one octave down. We're gonna do the same with this one here. Let's see how this one sounds.
Moving on, baby, are you moving on, moving on, moving on, baby, are you moving on, moving on, moving on, baby, are you moving on, moving on, moving on, baby, are you moving?
That sounds interesting as well, to be honest. I want to take this away.
Moving on, baby, are you moving on, moving on, moving on, baby.
So yeah, this is the first chord progression. It's basically very simple. What we can do as well here, we can add the 6th note. this is gonna create another interesting vibe here. It's, I think, I'm not sure how it's called, but I'm gonna teach you the basics of, I'm gonna teach you the basic of music theory. We should go up here. So we should add this. That makes it interesting. So basically, guys, sometimes I need time. I need time to like write the chord progressions. Take your time, listen to emotion, listen to how it feels, listen to what kind of effect it causes inside of you, because this is kind of the same effect it causes also in the listener if they listen to a track at the end of the day. A complete different vibe again. Look at this. It sounds really different. Now we're gonna add another one, which is go back to the root note C. Look what kind of effect it causes by just adding the sixth note, C, E, G, and then an A on the top of that. So the next chord progression I'm going to show you guys is this one. So basically, it's not a chord progression how I would play it. What I did here, I just have C, E, G, the basic chord from C minor. And then what I did, this is the normal scale of C, bum. And then what I did, I just added okay, so basically this is what you have to do. I basically just skipped 1, 2, 3, 4 semitones, added this one. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 4 semitones from C, the root note, 4 semitones, which is the second, and then 3 semitones is G. Then we're gonna do the same thing with D. 4 semitones, 1, 2, 3, 4 is F sharp and A. And the same one here, A, 4 semitones, G sharp and B. The only problem with this is that this is not in the key of C minor. So what we're gonna have to do, we're gonna put the notes to where they belong to. So because we use this tool here in the beginning, we can just drag the notes to where they belong to, okay? So G sharp is definitely not in C minor. What else? Here, C sharp is also not in G minor. Actually, I'm gonna go down here. And this one, F sharp is also not in C minor. I'm gonna go up. And with this one, let's go up as well. So now we have proper chord progressions which are in the key of C minor, okay? C major, I mean. So what we're gonna do here is, because we don't want all the notes going up like that, so we're gonna put them, all of them, or a lot of them, 1 octave down, to make the distance between the C and the highest note of any of those chord progressions as minimal as possible, okay? So they basically stay in the same area. Like basically one line here. Try to make one line. One line. Are you still listening, by the way? Make sure you like this video. Make sure you comment below as well what you like about this the most, what you want to improve on as well. Make sure to subscribe to this channel as well. And yeah, so this is what we have so far. So what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna mute this and we're gonna go on this tool here, which is called playback, okay? So we can basically choose whatever chord we want. And what goes really well together usually is the first, then the fourth, fifth, back to the first one. This is the most basic chord progression you know in any music genres. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna play a little bit around. Let's try another one. So So I'm using this tool a lot of times to just find out which are the best chord progressions. The next one I have is this one here. This is gonna be now my secret tip, guys. Definitely check out the Unison MIDI chord pack. I bought it like a year ago already, but basically has all the chord progressions which exist. So even if you don't know a lot of music theory, this thing is basically saving you heaps of time. You can choose which chord progression you want to find, and I call the basic chord progressions, and here's a Unison MIDI chord pack. I go on C major, and I think I put in one of the borrowed modal chords, and I just take this, drag and drop it into the playlist, and then it's going to show you exactly what it is. So the chord progressions shown all like this. I'm going to mute this as well again. Use the same technique again. We're just going to go on this one and press playback. I'm going to choose the chord progressions which sound the best. I think that's fine. I like those two. Those two sound really nice. So we're going to try it and play a little bit. So those are the three chords, and I like all of them. So I'm gonna just delete the rest of this whole thing, delete that, and then I'm gonna go with this into the beginning. This is gonna be the second one, and this one is gonna be the last one. Somewhere here. So I'm gonna copy and paste that. So with this technique you can basically just play and listen to your motions again and see which sounds the best. So let's see how this sounds like. So I'm gonna unmute the track and see what happens. So obviously we can play in a little bit with the timing. We can play this dum 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 dum. But that takes a bit of time, so I'm not gonna go into that. Take your time honestly with that as well. You don't need to write that fast as possible, because I made this other video how to produce tech house way faster. You can check that out as well. But in this circumstance, there's specific things where you sometimes have to take your time when which sounds you want to choose, which chord progressions you want to choose, because those are the basics of the track, and if you don't get them right, your track's gonna sound weak and it's not gonna be as interesting. But I like those chord progressions. It sounds really positive, so I definitely like it. Anyway guys, this was my tutorial. I hope I could help you a little bit with that. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, like this video as well, and also check out on my Spotify. All the links are in the description. Thanks a lot as well guys for the 100 subscribers. I know that I'm just in the beginning, but I'm going to release 4 more tracks. Make sure you check out my Spotify. And with that being said guys, I hope you have a beautiful day. Make music production amazing, and see you guys soon.